Hey, what's up? This is Chosen, and King Arthur Legends Rise has got a rate up summon event going on that is brand new for legendary hero Gilroy. So what I'm going to do in this video is break down my thoughts on Gilroy as a hero, go over some of the abilities and the kit in general, that you know the general overview that I have of this event going on right now. If you're new to King Arthur Legends Rise, you know the drill. I've done a few videos here on the channel about this game, but I'm going to have all the links down below if you want to try it out completely free. It's one of the new hero collector games that is bursting onto this genre. But anyway, let's get into covering this rate up summon event for Gilroy. Alrighty, so there's going to be about a 2-week period here where Gilroy is up here in the rate up summon event, and the default version that we're going to be getting, you can see here with the frost icon, we're going to be getting the frost relic version of Gilroy. Then down here in the rate info on the bottom left of the screen that you can't see behind my camera, but I click on that, it brings up the summon rates. We're going to have a 0.835% chance per summon to get Gilroy naturally, but the nice thing about this event is you're going to get him guaranteed after doing 60 summons, and no matter what. So if you have bad luck, you're not getting him in those first 59 summons, you're going to get him guaranteed on the 60th summon that you do. So then if we pop into the codex to take a look at the overall kit here, we've got the frozen relic selected because that's going to be the one that's up for grabs in the rate up summon. We've got corrupted ice blade as the vigor generator. Attack one enemy 3 times, total damage 87% attack, 60% chance to inflict a recovery disruption for 2 turns on the last hit. And then our 2 spender is going to be sacrificing 50% of max HP while also gaining effect accuracy increase 3 for 2 turns, attack speed increase 2 for 2 turns, and a 100% to charge attack gauge by 100%. 100% independent chance to increase each enemy's recovery disruption duration by 1 turn. So you're able to place it with the basic generator and then increase that duration to keep recovery disruption up very reliably. Then we slide on over to the 3 spender ability, Venomous Torrent, and we've got attack all enemies 2 times. Total damage, 154% attack. Then if the target has recovery disruption, which should be very easy to keep up relatively permanently here with Gilroy self-sustaining that part of the kit, we're going to deal additional damage 1 time equaling 64% of attack with a 35% independent chance to inflict recovery disruption for 1 turn. So a lot of recovery disruption going on here all over the kit. And I do think the frozen relic version of Gilroy is pretty solid. I think probably the area that is going to help the most for most accounts out there is going to be the relic power up and enhancement dungeon where you're fighting against Audrey, because Audrey can be kind of tough to deal with if you're not able to handle the big heal that he's able to use for sustaining himself. And Gilroy will go a long way because of all of the constant recovery disruption going on here in the kit. And it'll also help you if you end up going against people in PvP in different areas of the game where you're facing a lot of healing. The constant recovery disruption is really going to help you be able to counter some of the healing effects that you're going to encounter all over the game. So yeah, the Frost Relic version of Gilroy is perfectly fine and will help you in a lot of different situations, especially those high healing situations that you want to be able to overcome. But I actually do like the Flame Relic version a little bit better. So if you're able to kind of get that Frost Relic version of him during the event and then eventually get your hands on the Flame Relic version, that's going to be awesome, because what I like here is our 2 spender ability. You can see there that it's got recovery disruption, increased duration by 2 turns instead of 1. You go over to the frost version and we've got at the bottom there a little bit more utility, but it only does the recovery disruption by 1 turn. But for a lot of people out there, that are maybe in the more progression phase of their account, the effect accuracy and attack speed and attack gauge and all of that could be a little bit better. But I do really think the Flame Relic version here, giving you the even more consistent 2 turns of that recovery disruption, can really help in those situations where you're encountering a lot of healing to be able to overcome it a little bit easier and a little bit more consistently. So yeah, as far as overall thoughts for the Gilroy event, typically, you know, in these games, you do want to do a good job collecting and kind of growing your account over time. The guaranteed summon of 60 is pretty reasonable. Now, I do think, especially for accounts out there that are struggling with the Aldi fight and not able to really progress there super well, I think if you're able to get Gilroy and get him built up, you will be able to see some help in that encounter against Audrey. But even otherwise, in these hero collector genre games, it's always a good idea to get your hand on legendaries when you can, even if maybe you don't need them right this second, because there's always live events and live ops and new things that are added to the game. And we could see an opportunity in the future where Gilroy is super meta in a few different areas where recovery disruption becomes insanely strong, or maybe even the PvP meta shifts at some point 6 months, a year, year and a half down the road, and all of a sudden there's lots of really good healers that people are utilizing in PvP. You bring in Gilroy and all of a sudden he counters the meta with the recovery disruption and all of that. So it's always a good idea to go after these events if it's realistic for you to do so, because he's pretty decent right now in certain areas like Aldry, but you just never know what new content is going to come or what the meta is going to evolve into. And Gilroy is amazing at recovery disruption, which could end up being super useful, especially if you don't really have that option for you yet on your account. So that is my thoughts on the summit event going on right now for Gilroy and King Arthur Legends Rise. Like I said earlier, I'll have the links down below if you want to try out the game completely free of charge. And I'm having fun kind of playing it here and messing around with a new launch of a game. I'll probably do a few more videos here on the channel for King Arthur, let you know my thoughts on a few different things. And I've got some other content plans coming up as well as we head into 2025. So I appreciate all of you. Let me know your thoughts on King Arthur and the summit event down below. I'll see you all in the next video. Thanks for watching. Peace.